You know, I want to welcome everybody to Shit Talking Sundays fitness tip of the week. Avoid the sugar rush. But before I say that, I don't know if I had too much sugar or it's my STS intro music for the physical fitness tip of the week, but I'm always energized when I hear it. So maybe if you're feeling like exercising right now, you should get out and exercise while you're listening to this. And maybe the beast will give you some good, some good shit because every day is Shit Talking Sundays. If you haven't hit that notification bell, please do so now, because the more people that are notified, the more I'm wanting to do this. Not that I don't want to do it, because I enjoy all this free fitness tips, but you, as a viewer and listener, you should be concerned about it as well. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to the man of the hour, the man with the plan, the man that is just buff as fuck. It's the one and only The Beast. What's cracking, Beast?
Hey, brother, how you doing?
Man, man, I'm always doing something crazy.
Yeah,
You
nothing
like
wrong
the
with that.
intro?
Yeah, the intro is nice. I like the little scroll at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Making
So,
it happen.
hey, man, evolution, man. We got to evolve with the times. Um, so, man, you already know me. I just want to jump right in. Everybody know who you are. They can see your size. You're looking a little bigger today. I don't know if you you know eat an extra snack today before you came on just for the extra pump. I don't know what it is, but your arms are looking like my legs. I'm
I
just saying.
I actually fasted half of the day, so
Wow.
maybe my muscles were reaching out for attention, trying to get fed. So
Yeah, it could be. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there and you need personal physical fitness instruction, you need a trainer. Well, the beast is available, and at some point in time during this podcast, because I'm not going to do it right now, but at some point in time during this podcast, I'm going to give you all the contact information you need to reach out to him, so that you can do all that. But you know what, man, I'm gonna just turn it over to you. Go ahead, get to it, man, and let all these shit talking Sunday fans know how to get physically fit and avoid that sugar rush.
yeah, thanks as always, much appreciated. Welcome everybody again to your weekly fitness tip of the week with me, Vince the Beast. Again, shout out to AG the Dad for bringing this together. You know what I'm saying? So this is a great time for you guys to get on board, get some great knowledge, get some great nuggets. Of course, get some great tips, something that can help you take you going forward to your next journey or getting you started on your journey. You know what I mean? So this is all about helping you out and giving you some nuggets and tips, things that can bring you to a better spot so that you can become a better, well-rounded, healthy individual. So, and before that's what I'm saying. So as we get started, and I'm gonna make one thing. It's pretty evident. I mean, anybody that's older than 5, understand about sugar. So, and people ask a lot of things about that, as far as what type of sugars do you eat or should you eat. They ask you, sugars. Well, everyone knows sugars are bad. I mean, it's pretty it's pretty universal that the more sugars have more negative effects than positive effects. But there are different types of sugars. So I want to highlight some of the different things that people talk about. So when you think about some of the sugars, don't. I mean, I'm going to give you some. I'm going to give you a challenge at the end of this too. So if you want to try this, stay tuned to the end, because there's a challenge that I want to give you guys, if you're up for it. But the results can come, and they can come fast. A lot of people talk about the fast results, the fast hitting results. How do I get here? How do I get this stuff going on immediately? So one way of getting your body started, and we talk about detoxing and cleansing. So this is one way of doing it, and it definitely can have a lot of great benefits to get you kickstarted on your journey. But let's get started with some of the things, because we want you to understand not just the cons of these, of whatever we talk about here on Fitness Tip of the Week, but we try to offer solutions. That's why I say I'm your solutions-based expert. We want to give you something that can help you to push forward and get past it, so you can move forward into your daily health life. So one of the things that and a lot of people have heard of it, and a lot of people haven't even tried it. So, excuse me, drinking ACV. And for those that don't know what that means, it is apple cider vinegar. Now, there's a lot of ways that you can do this. There's videos and content everywhere where you can learn, have different techniques and strategies of how to consume apple cider vinegar. I recommend to get the one with the mothers on it. It's just, it's a more pure, reputable source. So as far as consumption, so the type that you get. So that's the one that I recommend. They have energy drinks now at ACV. There's different things, but I take the purest form. I just check the ACV, and all I simply do is I pour some water in my cup. I have one of those you call it one of those blender cups, probably about this big, as far as height. Not a whole lot, so maybe 6 ounces, maybe 4, and I'll put water in it, mostly water. I will put I put ACV in there, maybe a shot or 2 in there of that. I also like to mix mine with some honey, some lemon, because lemon is also a good way to combat sugar as well, and it also is a good way to spark a natural immune response for your body, and it does help with your immune system as well. I also like to put in some turmeric, just a couple dashes of turmeric, a couple dashes of ginger. All great. We talked about turmeric before. We talked about ginger and the properties of that. If you have not, again, I'm going to say this every show. If you have not, go back. First of all, like, subscribe, share, comment, hit that bell on that YouTube so that you can be notified for every single week before Shit Talking Sundays Fitness Tip of the Week start, so that you can make sure that you keep on point with everything that we are offering you and the tips that we give you. And you can also share your thoughts and comments on there, feedback. Again, this is an interactive show. Any questions you may have, either pre or post show, or even during the show, it's always great to log in with a question or to comment, during the show. And we try to answer questions live and direct right here on the spot. So ACV, that's what how I drink mine. Some people like to just take shots, which is perfectly fine. And there's so many different ways that you can add this into your daily regimen. You should drink this daily, one form or another. You can drink it. There's different strategies. Again, depends on what you're trying to do and how you want to do it. There's no necessarily improper way of doing it, but you can drink it 20, 30 minutes before each meal. Take a little bit. You don't gotta drink 6 ounces every time. So when I say that, like if you want to take a shot or a shot's worth, like 20 minutes before each meal, it will help for a few things, which goes to the topic of the show. It help carve your sugar cravings, and it also will help to start the acid of that, especially if you use like lemon, like I do, or even if you don't use lemon, because apple cider vinegar is a form of acidity as well. But it can help to start the digestion process when you do consume your food, and it does help you to feel more satiated or full after you consume your meal. So you can do it that way. You can drink some first thing in the morning right as soon as you get up on an empty stomach. Again, you're already in a fasted state, so that you can always get started and get that burn, keep that steady burn going as you wake up. Same thing conversely when it comes to either right after your last meal of the day, or you can do it when you brush your teeth at night. before you go get ready to shut down, and drink some apple cider vinegar. That way, it's working in the body throughout the night. Again, one of the benefits is it helps to push off hunger and or sugar cravings, which is again the topic of today's show. So that's one thing I utilize and I strongly recommend is apple cider vinegar. And it said there's so many different ways you can mix it up. It just depends on how you want to do it and what's going to work best for you to stay consistent with it. Another thing that you can do when you're having the cravings for sugar is to take a short walk. Go for a walk or a bike ride or whatever you like to do. Just go out and get active, get the muscles going, get the blood flowing. Because what that is going to do when you do activities and or exercise, it releases your natural sugar, your glycogen, mainly in like your muscle bellies. So the natural glycogen is the sugar storage insulin that release that comes from your body naturally. It's already inside of you, can be released, and that can also help to stave off any type of sugar cravings because you are now in a state to where you are getting through that stage of craving where your mind is just free wandering and you are again releasing that natural sugar. Another great thing that you can use is chia seeds. Chia seeds is a great way to fight it off because it is fibrous. So fiber is another good way of combating and fighting off sugar cravings. One of the great reasons is the fiber creates a. So think about sugar. Sugar, like people think, oh, I need sugar. Like a lot of people drink coffee, or they drink tea, or they drink sodas. They drink that sugar, especially like early in the day or midday when you start to hit that crash, because you want that instant spike. You want that instant, jump start. But the benefit of say the chia seeds, particularly like breakfast time, if you put some in your oatmeal, or your oats or your cream of wheat, whatever you use. You can also sprinkle chia seeds like on lunchtime or the salad. You could put chia seeds in your yogurt when you're having your midday snack or your evening snack. So there's a lot of different ways you can incorporate chia seeds into your diet. And again, it's fibrous. So one good thing about that is it's going to help you feel fuller. And it's also going to create that slow release so that your body can not just burn through the sugar content of whatever food that you eat now, so that your body can feel fuller and won't create those cravings. I don't know if you're catching on to this yet, but if you're starting to see that one thing that we want to focus on is reducing those cravings. So reducing those cravings is going to help you. One of the ways reducing those cravings is by creating that slow release so your body can think of that hourglass where you're constantly seeping like energy from your carbs, fats, and proteins, and as well as you're releasing, you're giving that the little sugar you get from carbohydrates, because carbohydrates, change over and convert over to sugar or insulin. That's how you get that slow release, that energy. But fiber slows that down. So fiber is things like chia seeds, even what's the other one that flax seeds is another one. One good thing about chia seeds, it's not a whole lot, but typically in a serving of chia seeds, you get about 1 to 2 grams of protein. Which protein is another sort of thing that helps you feel fuller. It's one of the macronutrients. So like I said, carbs, fats, protein. Those are the things that help you become satisfied, become full, so that you don't have those cravings for things that you shouldn't be eating, especially at post meal and going forward throughout your day. So, as I said, the main theme is creating that sense of fullness or satisfaction, more so that your body is not fiending for stuff. And usually when you're fiending for stuff, it's usually like things that aren't the best for you. say, simple sugars, sodas, juices, just candy, chocolate. And I'm gonna talk about chocolate, because there are different forms of chocolate. You have milk chocolate, you have dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is better for you, especially the with a higher cocoa level, 70% or higher. One of the great things about the dark chocolate is as antioxidants, and antioxidants is great for battling like free radicals. Basically, it is one thing. They call that. It's not a superfood, but it's really the antioxidants help your body to your muscles. It also helps to create the. I'm blanking on the word now. I'm breaking out, but the antioxidants help to combat some of the basic forms that cause like inflammation, and to help you to battle that. So, and I'm blanking out on some of the other benefits of it, but if you look up antioxidants and what the benefits of antioxidants are, you'll be able to see those as well. So one great way to combat when it comes to your weight gaining and weight loss is to also counteract and create your meal planning throughout the day. So, for instance, say you are a person that works out in the early afternoon. You want to have your heavier meal. Typically, is your breakfast. Reason why that is because it gives it time to digest and gets your day started to where you're not having those hunger pains. You start that slow release, and then your lunch is more your moderate meal, which is a nice size still, but so I'm trying to think of a good instance. So think about your breakfast being like oatmeal, maybe a few strips of bacon, depending on your size, who you are, your goals, two or three eggs. Could be like a heavier meal for you. Maybe put a little bit of fruit in your oatmeal, some blueberries or strawberries, chop up some banana, things like that. And then your lunch would be more like either like a lean meat, like chicken or poultry, fish, preferably grilled, or if it is on the pan, using like extra virgin olive oil, just a little bit, just enough to saute it so it doesn't stick to the pan, and some salad or some vegetables, or even like preferably like a leafy green vegetables, like say salad, or if you look at like asparagus or broccoli. Again, for our broccoli and asparagus, things that are fibrous as well. The dark leafy green vegetables are fibrous as well. So again, it's going to start that slow digestion, but it's not going to have you feeling like you're full and fatigued, so that you can kick off your workout and be strong with it. So conversely, if you are more of a morning workout person, then you want to have your lighter your breakfast will be more of like the moderate. So you think about a twin size, full size, and twin size, queen size, and king size beds. So you want to have the king size, your king size meal would be the furthest either after your workout, or you want to have it to where you're having it way before your workout, because you don't want to work out on a full stomach, because it can cause a number of things. It can cause you to be sluggish and fatigued. It can, you charge you right now. You're using that food for fuel, which isn't bad. But if your goal is weight loss or to lean out, to burn fat, you want to be more on you don't have to be empty. It can be empty stomach, but you want to have it to where you have a light stomach, so that your body can use your fat. Once you get past that 20-minute window, your body can use fat storage for your fuel source. So, and then the only thing that really doesn't change is your dinner. Your dinner should be the the full size as far as the bed. It should be the lighter meal. And you know, it could be again leafy vegetables and greens, or rainbow colored vegetables. You know, carrots. Um, uh, what is it? What's a couple other things? Carrots, zucchini. Um, uh, you kind of want to stay away from the sweet potatoes. Then that could be more like with the lunchtime, or even with the breakfast. You know, depending on your appetite where you are, but you want to do more of a lighter meal because now you want to get your body ready to relax. And one of the side effects with that is eating a heavier meal at night is that your body will go after will be full when you sleep. So now your body, just like with the workout, is burning your your food. Your body is burning the food instead of using your internal fats and storage for fuel. So you're not burning that. You're just burning off the food while you're resting. But one of the benefits with eating the heavy meals in the day, then still consistent with another meal at night, preferably before 8 o'clock, is that now your body should be satisfied enough, especially if you like the vegetables, the fiber in the vegetables or chia seed. Now your body can have that feeling of fullness so that you don't have those late night cravings. Because I don't know about you, but me, that's when it hits me. Like during the day, you know, when I'm up and I'm grinding, I'm working out, or I'm training people, or I'm doing consultations, or I'm just working, whatever I'm doing, you know, you're moving and shaking. So most people don't tend to have those cravings throughout the day because you're doing this, you're doing that, you're up and you're going, you're moving around. But but near the end of the day, when you are relaxing and you are at rest, or when you have idle time, which is another thing I'm gonna bring up. That's when you start to think about these different things. And again, nobody's sitting around thinking about, oh, you know what? I want to get some broccoli and some vinegar dressing. Oh, I'm gonna eat some carrots. I'm gonna eat some celery and peanut butter. Most people aren't on that mindset. When you're thinking about snacking on something, you're thinking about snacking on things that are sugar, because our minds, in our brain, we have a trigger, and one of and sugar is a trigger. It is scientific diagnosed as a trigger. Um, it's like a dopamine trigger. So once you get that craving, and you don't, and you continue to have that craving, when you are set idle, your mind, that trigger kicks off, and you want to get something sweet. I mean, I have that problem just like everybody else. So, another thing you want to do is cut out your stress. You know, minimize. We talked about this not just a couple of shows ago. Again, tune in if you haven't. But cutting out the stress, because think about people about stress eating. And when you stress eating, again, I'm not thinking about stress eating rice cakes and peanut butter. I'm not thinking about having some Greek yogurt and some cinnamon. You're thinking about snacking on something that is, satisfaction. It's delicious. Ice cream, especially this time of year, it's hot. Ice cream, a nice cold soda, or you're thinking about, you know, different granola bars or bonbons or whatever you're thinking about, whatever it is, your fix. So you thinking about those things. You're not thinking about the healthy options. Like, who does that? So, which brings back to the idle time. So when you get that stress, especially when you're stressing too, or even if you're not stressing a lot, you get that idle time, and now your body wants to snack on something. And again, you're not going in the refrigerator, and you're not reaching for the healthy stuff. So obviously, minimizing your idle time. That's why I said like taking a walk, or riding a bike, or doing something to occupy your mind, occupy your space. That's void is going to help to reduce that ability and that need for sugar cravings. Obviously, taking out and not even having the stuff in your house, which can be challenging, especially if you have kids. I mean, because most people don't, you don't want to restrict your kids too much. Like even me, like I never I limited them, but I didn't like say you can't have these types of things for the most part. So sometimes you kept it in the house, and it takes a strong will to sit there and know that's in the house and not go reach for it. So, but if you do have that, there's a couple things that I recommend that you have um, instead of some alternatives. So I'm gonna give you those at the end. Still stay tuned. And like I said, we are on Shit Talking Sundays here with your boy AG the Dad and Vince the Beast. Don't forget to check us out, like, subscribe, share, and comment on these, man. Give this information out to all your people that you know, your family, even your coworkers, whoever, because everybody can utilize some good health knowledge. And if you feel that you're getting some nuggets out of this and some good things that you apply, if you have applied or can apply or will apply, why not share that with somebody? So another one thing you want to avoid is, or you want to help with that, is drinking like just a glass of water, because again, it sometimes, like sometimes you think you're hungry, but you're really not. You could just be thirsty. Your body could just be, malnourished. So by drinking a glass of water, it's 8 ounces. It's more if you can, but just taking some water and drinking some water can help stave off some of those cravings. Another thing you can do, if you want to, you can, have an orange slice, or put some orange slices in there, or put some grapes in there. Things like that. Some kiwi, because although there are sugars per se, they're natural sugars, so they're not as bad. And plus, if you just put like couple of slices of lemon, or 5 or 6 grapes, or slice up a kiwi, half a kiwi, whatever, that's not going to give you a full insulin spike, because it's just a little bit, and then you're drinking water with that to help with that. So that's another way to do it, to counter that, or to squirt some lemon in there, have some lemon water, because again, that's going to help to fight off the tart, is going to help to combat the sugar cravings that you may have. Avoid artificial sweeteners. You think those sugar packets that you get, anything all that stuff that says artificial flavors and colors, and avoid the artificials. Try to get stuff that doesn't have artificial colors or flavors or sugars in there. Processed foods, things in a can, things in a box, things that are heavily processed. The circulose, the fructose. Those things, you want to try to avoid those, because those, for one, they're not even real sugars, and that's a big problem. Also, on top of that, again, now you're getting that sugar craving. You're hitting that craving again, and you're hitting it with processed sugar, which is even worse than just eating some of the other things that may just have pure sugar but have larger amounts. So avoid those. And I would just say, I would even add in avoiding like those diet drinks, because they have other things in that aren't good for you. So you don't want to drink diet sodas or diet drinks per se. The sugar-free ones are fine, but the ones that are the diet this, diet that, you don't want to drink those, because they have a lot of other things as well that can be harmful to your body and counterproductive to your goals and your gains when it comes to health and exercise. Taking a nap. A lot of times you get cravings because your body is restless, because your body is fatigued. If you've ever been laying there, you're like, I'm tired, but I'm restless. I'm gonna go get some sugar. I'll get something sweet. You're not saying, obviously, I'm gonna go get some sugar, but again, you're not going in there and you're not reaching for the healthy stuff. You're gonna go and you're gonna reach for something that's gonna satisfy your mind mentally, and it doesn't really satisfy your body, because your body doesn't process and regulate the sugars right. And I'm gonna get to that as well a little bit, but so getting some good proper rest, taking a nap throughout the day if you're able to, or make sure you get some good sleep, is going to help combat these cravings as well. So make sure that you are getting the proper rest. We talked about that before, how important that is to your body and your body's development. So some of the things that sugar does cause, and this might, it should be important to everybody. So for our younger audience, they may not think of it in this way, but as you get older, definitely it can play a role. But even then, you should always pay attention to it. It can cause inflammation. Inflammation is the enemy of body movement, of exercise, because if your muscles are inflamed, they tend to hurt. And the recovery process is delayed when it comes to replenishing your, getting your body prepared for the next training session you have. So that's one of the downsides of it. Wrinkles. So your skin doesn't look good, and it can cause wrinkles. It can cause dryness in your skin because sugar will dry you out. It's not going to help your skin flourish and grow. So you can get rashes. Depending on who you are, again, get rashes or just dry skin or wrinkles. And I know you want to combat that. Those things people don't want to have. So that's another thing it could cause. It could cause also depression. Like people think that, oh well, it's because here's how it works with depression. If there's, and you can look up any type of science data on studies that they've done too, as far as sugar in relation to depression. But in the base ground of it all, when you have the sugar rush, what does the sugar do? It spikes you up and then crashes you down. So think about if you had a bad day where your day is just like a roller coaster and it's just up and down. Just think of all the ebbs and flows that you go through in that day. Stress levels are up and down, high. Your anxiety is spiking. So think about so depression is obviously a level the level above that, where even more so than just stress and anxiety is the form of that creates that. But doing that, and so you think about the sugar, you're trying to get that sugar to try to make yourself feel good. Comfort food, as they say. But it only comforts you for a short period of time. And then this thing is like a Band-Aid on an open gash. I mean, for a regular paper cut, fine, but for open gash, what's the Band-Aid going to do? It might stop the bleeding for a moment, it might be a temporary fix, but it's not going to sustain that. So you're still going to be stuck with that same wound that you have to deal with. So the sugar again can be does trigger to that and contribute to that, because it heightens and it elevates that body imbalance, anxiety, stress, up and down, happy, sad, mode. It changes your mood. So that's another downside. So we talked about depression as well. You want to combat that and get off of that. So avoiding sugars can do that. So those are a lot of the pros and cons. Now, so sugars that you can have, like I said, simple like fruits, are a good form of sugar, in the sense of sugar, because it's natural. So I'm not saying you can't have an apple, you can't have an orange or some pineapple or grapes, watermelon. You can have those of course, in moderation, but these are natural organic sugars that so your body is easier to recognize, and it has other properties in it as well. It's not just sugar by itself or the sweeteners by itself, in the sense of it does have some vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and nutrients that your body can utilize and the sugar, so that's fine. If you do have chocolate cravings like me, the dark chocolate, like I said, at least about 70% of Coca-Cola is going to have more benefits of it, more benefits to your body than just doing like the was it the not milk? Yeah, like the I forgot what I don't eat that type of chocolate anymore. Milk chocolate, there it is. The milk chocolate, because that's more just sugar, and it's also the milk is lactose, and it also has carbohydrates, which converts to even more sugar. So the sugar. So when you read the thing that says, nobody reads a candy bar. Honestly, who does read a candy bar? Just look at their sugar levels. So, but the sugar that is on there is even higher because it also has carbohydrates in it that convert to sugar. Fibrous foods. So think about fibrous foods that can convert to sugar, but like yams, sweet potatoes, black beans, brown rice, black rice, um, whole, grains. Again, things that can convert to sugar, but it has fiber content also. So that the higher the fiber, when it also combined with the sugar, it helps. So it's more of a slow release. So it's more of a time base, and it doesn't cause that spike and cause again, which ignites those cravings all over again. So those are some sugars that you can have in moderation again that are good for you, or better for you at least, that can help your body in a sense to function still without having the side effects of some of the things we mentioned.
So let me clear some things up for some of these shit talking Sunday fans. The sugar, here's one way of looking at it. If you were to take a bunch of honey and stick it on something, it's gonna be hella sticky, right? So if you're consuming all this sugar, your joints are feeling a little harder and stickier because you're feeding it with all this sticky nutrition. That's one way of looking at it. You know, the the good sweet nutrition, um, like he was saying, it just keeps. I'm gonna just be frank because this is shit talking Sundays.
Right.
You eat apples and oranges, sweets, fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, along with other fibers. It keeps your shit, because every day is shit talking Sundays, solid. So when your shit is solid, you get a little bit better flow and movement because every day is shit talking Sundays. And I thought that my shit talking Sunday fans should know the real reason between good sugar and bad sugar. But back to what you were saying, correct me if I was wrong.
No, no, you are right on with that. I mean, because one thing that having a high sugar diet does to you also is it it basically it doesn't shut it completely down, but it does cause a blockade in your liver. So when you think about that, the liver basically wants to hold fat, doesn't want to release properly. So you're kind of throwing a little conjunction, a little blockade into your natural flow systems of your internal organs, which can involve obviously taking a shit. So it can lead to different things in regards to going to the bathroom, like going being regular with that. Where again, fiber is a source to help you to release that. So sugar is the combatant to that. So obviously, if fiber helps you to go, what's the sugar is going to create an opposite effect of that, or may create diarrhea. It depends on the sugar and how it can affect your body. But either way, either one of those is not a good thing. And what sugar does also do, because it fattens your liver, you are bloated. So you're talking about losing that stomach. Well, the sugar is the thing that kills that opportunity for you to flatten that stomach to its capacity because you're consuming too much of the sugar content.
So once again, let me clarify this. So the fact that Valentine's Day just went past. Ladies, no disrespect, but for Valentine's Day, you guys always ask for candy and sweets and stuff like that. And then right after that, you guys are thinking about, oh, we got to get prepared for summer. Well, all you're doing is eating all this sugar and you're getting these bellies. And then when you get there to summer, you're like, oh, you know what? I'll just wait till next year. No. Listen to what he's saying. Avoid the sugar rush. You want that flat ab? I mean, dad bods are only cool on dads. Dad bods are not cool on moms. I'm just saying. That's from AG the dad. Just saying. But anyway, back to what you were saying. So I just wanted to make sure people understood what you was talking about with that. But go ahead.
Right. And I see we got a couple comments. I see old boy Mage in here in the building. Stay safe on the road. Cracking jokes as always. But he did ask, I do see a question in here about, can you have full meals? Well, what do you define as a full meal? Like I described a couple meals, how you break it down. I mean, you want to have a balanced diet. It's not saying that you can't have carbohydrates at all. I'm not saying that, carbohydrates cut completely out carbs. Now, again, it depends on your goals. You may want to have a very small amount of carbs, or you may go days with no carbs at all. Outside of leafy vegetables, or just rainbow tray of vegetables in general, because those have carbohydrates too. But the property count, the macro count of carbohydrates in vegetables are so small in those type of vegetables. So outside of those, you may do a day when you do that, or days or whatever. It all depends on what your goal. But for general, if you're not trying to lose a lot of weight, or be really super lean or ripped, or flat, or completely flatten your stomach, you just want to maintain and keep good maintenance. Yeah, carbohydrates are great. They can be fine, but you want to lean again towards the more fibrous ones, or the complex carbohydrates. Like I said earlier, the brown rice, black rice. I got this 12 grain rice. It has grains and barley and all types of stuff in it. Black beans. Again, they have good properties as well in black beans, sweet potatoes, yams, things of that nature. You want to have those type of vegetables as far as complex ones. Then, of course, you still want to have the rainbow tray of vegetables. And, of course, you want to have some protein, if you're a meat eater, or even if you're not a meat eater, whatever, if you're vegan and you do different types of proteins. Obviously, black beans has protein carbs in there. Peas, even though peas, I don't say are the best source of macronutrients as far as the ability, but I know pea protein is a major protein, and they have made them to taste a little better than what they used to. And I don't know how they process and develop those, but you can get some good protein sources through peas. So different things like that you can incorporate. And of course, you do want to have the good fats, avocados, eggs, using like extra virgin olive oil, getting fats from like your oils and vinegars, things that are like that are good fats for you to combine with your. I mean, you can even you can have some bacon too as well. Obviously not a lot. And you want to kind of get more of the thick cut with less fat on there. You want to get more of the main piece of the pork, to where you're getting more of the meat than just fat. And again, so you want to have that balance so you can consume a balanced tray, but just be mindful of when you do it and how much of it you do. Controlling that balance, or controlling those portions would be great. So that's a great question, and they appreciate that, man. Stay out there on the road safe and all that. So I do have a challenge for y'all out here. Again, so if you are serious, obviously summer is literally around the corner. It's a couple weeks away, and the weather is already summer ready. So, and depending on where you live in the country, it's sunny, and it's time to be out there on the beach, be in the pool side or wherever. So if you want to get that quick, you want to get that jump start to your nutrition plan and your health plan, and to get those faster results. And people always want that fast results, that immediate, representation of your process. 2 weeks. Cut out sugars, all sugars. Just cut them out. So sugar free. So I know we just talked about balancing meal, but when you're detoxing, one thing you definitely, when you detox, you don't want to have sugars, because again, we talked about sugars and the effect of the body. It doesn't have a real pro to that. Your body has natural muscle glycogen, or sugar, basically, in your body, that you can produce, that will naturally produce for you. So you really don't need sugar or sugary foods. So for 2 weeks, no sugars, just cut them out. The first 3 days is going to be the challenge, because and the first 3 days, maybe up to 5 days, depending on you, depending on how long where you are in your journey and how your body is responding. So you can have some side effects, some headaches and fatigue and things like that, depending on how much sugar you consume and all that. But for 2 weeks, just cut out the sugar and and then see how your body feels after that. Because it's kind of like that. Again, they talk about in your brain, you have that hormone, you have that in your brain, that endorphin that kicks in when you consume sugar. Well, again, if you don't consume that sugar, that doesn't spike. No, it's just, they say sugar it has a trigger in your mind, like when you do crack or when you drink alcohol, which is crazy. And so after 2 weeks of that, see how your body feels. I would say measure yourself and weigh yourself the day before or the day of. Do it 1 week after, then do it after the second week.
Yeah, that I think that is a
you
brilliant
should see
idea.
a change in your circumference.
Yes, you will definitely see a change. And let me tell you, if you don't see a change in your circumference, then let me be the first to tell you that you have an addiction. You are addicted to sugar. Okay. It's serious. Look it up. Ask your doctor. If you have an addiction to sugar because you stop it and you're getting headaches and irritated, you're getting all the same symptoms as somebody who just quit smoking cigarettes.
Cigarettes, alcohol,
All that. So just understand.
the heavy drugs like crack, heroin,
crack,
real stuff.
Sugar is just as addicting, if not more, than some of those drugs out there. So that challenge to you, I'm anxious to see. Show us some befores. Take a measuring tape or whatever, measure your belly, your circumference, take the picture, show us, and then 2 weeks from now, take another picture. If I was going to do it, because this shit talking Sunday, I would push my belly out. And then in 2 weeks, I would suck this belly in, take another picture and be like, blam, I see results. But that would be faking it. So I need some real people out there that are really doing it to do it. Show us. Show people out there that the advice that you're getting from this certified personal trainer is actually working. I'm not a trainer, so don't take my advice. I just try to interpret it in layman's terms so some of y'all understand. Fat is fat, and I'm not talking about PHAT.
Right.
So there, I said it.
So if you do the before and afters like AG just said, again, you're only cheating yourself. And trust me, I know we're in a world. We are cracking jokes about it, but we are in a world where that is the reality, where people do stuff like that. Especially those in the fitness industry, they will do stuff like that and to market and sell their product. I'm not here to falsify anything or to give you any false hopes or guidance, or give you or try to sell you on some quick hit schemes so that you can sign up and become a Team Fitness Major member. I'm telling you this so that you can, again, benefit yourself and create a healthier lifestyle for yourself and your future and those that are around you, and inspire many. So, but again, I promote doing it natural, doing the base guidelines of what you need to do as far as nutrition, activity, sleep, and reducing your stress. So you can take that, take it how you want, but that's my philosophy. And I'm not going to sell you no pipe dreams. I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. I'm going to give it to you raw and real. And again, because I care enough to tell you the truth, and I want you to succeed. So those are some things. Talk about sugars. Like I said, definitely follow up, do some homework if you need to. Hit me up if you need to. Check us out. We are on the website, teamfitnessmajor.com. We do free consultations. We can hit you up, get you started on the program for you, or at least if you just want to just kick the tires and see what we're talking about and get more in-depth knowledge, you can do that. You just saw the email address, fitnessmajor@gmail. Got the phone number, of course, 916 410 1950. Drop us a line, hit us up. Again, let's see what we can do for you. But you have to be ready. You have to want to do it. If you want to do it, I'm going to do the best I can. We're going to try to get you to where you want to be.
Absolutely. If you guys are out there and you look in the mirror and you say, man, I know I'm fat, PHAT, then you're on the right track. But if you look in that mirror and say, damn, I'm fat, and I mean FAT, then you need some HELP, help. So either you tune in every Wednesday at 6:30 for Shit Talking Sundays Fitness Tip of the Week, or you can hit this man up, this beast, at 916-410-1950. Schedule like you said, a free consultation, and maybe he could put you on the right track and turn your FAT into PHAT. Or if you're like me, a guy who was LIL and wanted to be BIG, I had to get in the gym. Now I put on 35 pounds messing with him. So follow a fitness instructor. You will see results, especially if you push yourself. We always go back to that main thing. Why? If you don't know why you're doing it or why you want to succeed, and that's with anything in life. If you don't have a reason why, you will not succeed.
So we can help you find that why. Like I said, check us out.
Yep.
If we don't have the why, then how are we going to put together a game plan? So you need to put together a game plan that's going to motivate you, inspire you, and keep you going, push you through the good and the bad times. So that's what we're here for.
All right, man. Well, man, you thoroughly discussed the good, the bad, and the ugly about sugar. Me, AG the dad, that's our number one weapon that we use to discipline children. The Most High giveth, the Most High will taketh away. Not saying that I'm God, I'm not, but the Most High allows me to have the ability to give my children sugar, so I give it to them. When they're bad, the Most High gives me that same ability to take it away from them, and I do. With you, as growing adults, you need to be disciplined enough to take sugar out of your life. Maybe if you need your sugar rush, do it before a workout. Let that be what gets you energized to get in that gym and push it out. I mean, if you're gonna burn out anyway, burn out in the gym so you have some gains and make it real worth your time. Otherwise, you're gonna burn it out, and the only thing you're gonna get is a fat belly. And I don't mean PHAT.
Some great pre-workouts if you are quote unquote sugar. Great workout snack: apples, bananas, watermelon, grapes. Some great pre-workout. If you want that, to do that, to have one of those in the morning or afternoon or whatever before your workout. because they're not heavy and they
Mhm.
are going to have a release of that sugar. Again, if if you're kind of sluggish and you need to get that kickstart, not saying you should do it every time. We don't want to encourage you to constantly do it, but those are some great ones to have to take you to for your pre workout before you go and crush it in the gym.
Well, then let's talk about pre-workouts then. I mean, I when I was getting to the point where um, my body was getting used to the workouts, that's when I incorporated pre-workouts into my regimen, um, because it allowed me to go harder.
Okay.
So, you know,
I mean, pre workouts. I mean, there's so many different ways you can do it. You can
are they
have a
bad
cup
for
of
you?
black
I mean,
coffee, no
they're
sugar.
full of sugars. They're full of
You
sugar.
can Caffeine is a great pre-workout, burst. Tea, green tea. So like I said, black coffee. They do have some pre-workouts. I mean, ones that have nitric oxide and or creatine. You know,
Hmm.
you're trying to find your preference. I try to keep mine on the most natural base. I actually, for a while, I was just making my own pre-workout. I was adding some of the key ingredients that you need and create my own pre-workout
Mm.
drink. Um, and again, you get that. I was getting the caffeine, the spike before my workouts, and putting some of the beta alanine for the flush.
Mm.
With some beta carotene, good for help for the muscles as well. Some glutamine for recovery. Some green tea, of course. So there's a few different ones that I added to that. But you can find different ways. But again, I'm not saying having some piece of fruit or something before your workout is a bad thing.
Mm.
It's just making sure you're being in moderation. You're not over consuming that or making that a daily or regular habit. So,
Right.
but whatever, but finding a way to get you at least it said to get you going, to get you started on that process.
All you people out there, if you have any questions or comments, please, you can either comment in the comment section in the chats, or you can email us. Well, you can email me at agthedad at shittalkingsundays.com. Um, or you can call me, leave me a message. 912-486-5010. So, with that being said, um, man, I guess everybody out there be blessed. Um, I want to thank the Beast for coming out and giving us some more of this good fitness tips, keep us healthy. My why is because I want to live one more day longer. I want to hold my kids one minute longer, 1 second longer. That is my why. If you don't know your why, I can't help you. But look for your why, figure out your why, and utilize your why. Um, I'm AG the Dad. I want to say thank you for tuning in to Shit Talking Sundays Fitness Tip of the Week. We are here every Wednesday at 6:30. Tuesdays, we have In the Light of a Warrior with the MS Warrior at 6 o'clock every Tuesday. And on Sundays, we have morning service because we must give praise to the Most High, because without Him, there would be no us or you. So, with that being said, please, everybody, love each other, bless each other, and, stay blessed. Peace.